Now, Rich, going back, you said that you've always been an entrepreneur. When you came back, you looked great, I thought. You could kind of see your pec tear a little bit, but I didn't really understand. There were two questions. One, do you think it's the training that made you, that later kind of broke you? And the next question is, do you feel that at that contest you didn't really look in any way kind of broken? The injuries weren't necessarily showing. You looked pretty good. What was up with that contest?
I thought I should have placed higher in that show. And, you know, sometimes the judging kind of says, you know, this is your time that you should be not in bodybuilding anymore.
It didn't look that way. You look great at that show. I mean, were they comparing you to like the 1986 and 88 Olympia, 87?
Like you said, I think I really looked in condition, and to the guys I was competing with, I should have beaten a lot of the guys. And, you know, having a pec tear where Tony Freeman has a pec tear, I could have done, you know, fairly well. But, you know, I was going to compete again the following year, and that's when I had a severe injury to my neck where I herniated the disc, and my right side was paralyzed. And it was one of the worst things to happen, but one of the best things, because I was laying in bed and I said, what am I going to do with my life? And that's when I started Gaspari Nutrition. So, you know, I said, I can't depend on my body. What am I going to do? And, you know, I just put in the entrepreneur hat. I said, okay, let's figure out what I'm going to do. And it was much harder, you know, then than it is today. Today, it's actually like these pros have an advantage because of social media, Facebook, Twitter. They all have great followings. A lot of these guys can take advantage of this in business.
Well, you know, Rich, you've done it well all around. And I just wanted to mention that Night of Champions because I thought you looked, the pec tear, you know, yeah, you could see it, but it wasn't anything worse than, like, say, Tony Freeman's. It wasn't that bad, so I didn't understand your place in there. The pictures show it. The MuscleTime.com photos, which I'll post on the video, will show that. I think most agree. But, Rich, just in closing, tell us a little bit about it. First of all, I tried Saison in 2007. I had taken a 3-year hiatus from supplements, wrote them off, thought, you know, it's all a bunch of, you know, like guys using whatever else in the ads, and they're not using the supplements, and they're getting big, and they're just saying that. But so I kind of wrote off supplements. Your national sales manager at the time, Tom Hoops, gave me a free Saison to review for my website. And I put on 10 pounds, and literally in the first week I put on, you know, about 9 of those pounds, maybe another 1 or 2 in the next 3 weeks, and it didn't make sense. So tell us a little bit about that. What makes Saison so successful? And you've also have a new formulation now, and tell us about that.
Well, the one thing I really believe in is, like, when I started this company, I didn't have a lot of marketing dollars, so I had to have products that really worked. And I always say, you know, in a lot of the seminars that I do, is like the most important sale is the second sale, because if you get somebody to use your product and you get results, you're going to be able to sell that product to that person. He's going to tell friends, and it's going to go viral. So when it came to like Saison, we did the research and the ingredients. What we were looking for was something that was going to increase glycogen uptake in the muscle. So by using a certain type of carbohydrate matrix that we had, it was going to increase glycogen storage. We used the creatine that also increases ATP production. We used ATP that was in the product. And then we kind of changed over into a new product with the new Saison, where we started adding even amino acids to it, 5 grams of leucine, which is part of the branch chain amino acids for recovery, repair. We use whey hydrolysate, which is protein broken down into tripeptides, creatine, and we have an insulin mimetic ingredient that we're the first to market to use, which is called terastilbene, which now a lot of companies are using, to actually take those ingredients and shuttle them into the muscle. So when you're saying that you took the product and you gained 8 pounds, you gained 8 pounds of solid, you know, glycogen in the muscle, which with continual training, you were going to keep those gains. So yes, when we make a product, we really think of it scientifically and how to make this product, where a lot of companies look at it and say, how can we market to get this in as many hands as we can, you know, to sell it off.
Use it once.
And use it once, and then that's it. So we don't depend on that. Like a lot of our products, actually Super Pump's been around for almost 10 years, and it continues to sell, even with the newer products that continually come out. So, you know, we're fortunate that, you know, my business model is about, you know, great products, products that taste good, products that work.
Rich, it did make sense, the gains. Like I'm telling you, the pumps, the size, like you know, I thought I wasn't sure what I was taking almost. It was that good, you know. It really gave me motivation to start using supplements again, and I plan to use the new formula, which I have not tried yet, and I look forward to that. So, Rich, what's the preferred way that fans can get a hold of yourself and you know, Gaspari Nutrition Online?
I'm very active on Twitter, so you can go to @RichGaspari on Twitter. You know, I'm always around tweeting, and you can give me questions, and if they're good questions, you know, I do answer them. You go to my fan page, Rich Gaspari fan page, ask me questions, and go on there. We can answer questions, and it is me, you know, doing the advice. You can go to GaspariNutrition.com. You can watch our videos that we have, listen to, you know, my training philosophies, my walk-to-walk series.
Well, everyone, you heard it straight from Rich. I'll post all the links so that you can contact Rich and contact Gaspari Nutrition Online. and you know, you can go check it out. I can completely vouch for the company, and he always puts on the best booth at any given expo. So Matt with bodybuildingpro.com here at the 2012 Europa in Orlando, Florida.